Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Curtdog. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Curtdog. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Curtdog. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Curtdog. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Curtdog. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Curtdog. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Curtdog. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Curtdog. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Curtdog. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Curtdog. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak On It. 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 Welcome to Speak. 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 Who you with, Curtdog?
What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday to you. Man, welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Curtdog. I'm Who You With, Curtdog. You know what time it is. It's Wednesday. Ask Curtdog Anything Wednesday. We are going to cover a couple of stories. But first, I want to thank Miss Kincaid for coming on the show last night, blessing the show with the counseling. Thank everyone that actually came and had questions for, which is good. We try to provide counseling on the show. We're trying to get it set up for the new year where she can actually come on once a week. But due to her schedule, a lot of times she been at work all day long and then she come do the show at 8 o'clock at night. So, but I really appreciate her. And she loved doing it. She like, man, I need to come back more often. We need to schedule it up. So we got to do it. We got to make sure she come back. Um, uh, ooh, I'm trying to see if we're on Instagram. I guess it didn't go in this time, but uh, all our listener on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, um, um, what else? All the other channels. You can actually live chat with us during the show. We can also, if you own any one of those platforms, definitely like, share, tell a friend, and give us the hearts. We need the hearts because we want to move on up to the top. Welcome to the show, Radio Chaos. Um, Yes. Uh, while you was out, I told you we are making changes to the show. We are going Sunday through Thursday. Right now, we may add a couple of more days, but right now we're gonna kick off Wednesday. He said he didn't know we were doing Wednesday now. Yes, we are. It's Ask Kurt Dog Wednesday. You can ask me anything. You will get an answer. And so welcome to the show, Marcellus. Thank you for always tuning in. You and radio. Thank y'all for tuning in all the time. Definitely like, share, tell a friend. Um, man, I got a question for y'all. Because um, have y'all ever just now I have a lot of friends that they be like at certain time of the day they take a nap and they like, oh, I'm going to take a 30-minute nap. Well, I'm not one of those type of people to just be able to take a nap. But sometimes you have to listen to your body. Today was one of those times. And I of course, I've been working out. So, and hitting it pretty hard. So my body kind of changed a little bit. And I was talking to my mom earlier and around lunchtime, and she was like, yeah, I'm eating lunch. And Um, I'm like, cool. So we talked for a minute. All of a sudden, I was like, well, I think I'm gonna go take me a nap. And I went and took a nap. That 30-minute nap turned into about 4.5, 5 hours. So I'm well rested. I got up. I literally woke back up about 6:45. I was like, wow. And I went to sleep probably 10 minutes after 2. So I'm like, all right, I'm up now. I'm ready. So we're gonna have a good time tonight. Like I said, you can ask anything, but we also gonna cover a couple of stories too. The stories that's going on in the news. We're gonna talk about uh, welcome to the show, Robert DeVille on Periscope. Definitely like, share, tell your friends. It's uh, Ask Curtdog anything Wednesday. Um, Adam, welcome to the show. He's also on Periscope. Yes, what is your Thanksgiving plans? My mom asked me that today. Like I told her, I said, well, most likely we're gonna be right here. We will be doing a show Thanksgiving night. Risky and I will be on the show because we know it's trying time, and it's gonna be a lot of people that cannot be around a family. So we're gonna fill in that gap, and we're gonna be live on the show. You can call in, um, let us know what you're thankful for, and then we're gonna also talk about who food you wouldn't eat if you was with your family. The potato salad or the box macaroni and cheese, which I don't know who still do that, but hey, each his own. So my plans for Thanksgiving, I'm gonna be here, um, um, communicating with you all and having a good time. Myself and Risky, we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, and we agreed we will still do a show on Thursday, Thanksgiving night. So um, I probably cook something, not sure what. Um, I still see a lot of people still doing the turducken. I never done one of those before. I heard they pretty good. Um, but I don't know. I haven't even thought about the menu for Thanksgiving yet. So I'm actually going to start looking at that this weekend and figure out what I'm gonna cook. I don't know. Since I've been eating a little bit more healthier, I haven't decided. I may reach out to my boy Rico and get one of those meals that he's providing for needed families. Not saying we need it, but I will pay him for it. So I haven't decided yet what I'm gonna do. Um, I don't know. I may even normally I would smoke a turkey or I have a charbroil um infrared infrared grill, which I'm not supporting them, but if they want to support us, reach out. But I would do a turkey on that, or I may pull out Big Daddy and do a turkey on it. Just depends on how I feel. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna look into it this weekend. Talk with my wife, see what she have taste for. Or we may do some Cornish hens, which is really good. Um, Season them up real good and do it. Um, oh man, see, there you go. I showed miss her. And man, I miss getting together with my family. Um, you know, every year in April we would get together and do a big cookout, and we was unable to do it last year. No, we did it last year. We wasn't able to do the one in June last year. Um, and this year, due to COVID, we wasn't able excuse me, wasn't able to do the one in April and then the one in June. So um I can't wait until we able to get to it. The only thing we could do now is hold on to the memories. Um okay, cool. Um I'm sure um Ain't Tony she probably got something whipped up. Um she'll have something waiting there for you. And Um, not sure, but right now I'm like, hey, as the numbers continue to go up, I'm continue to stay more and more at home, even though I wasn't just going out hanging out. But you never know. Um, you don't know who people been around, so you got to protect yourself on that part of it. Um, Radio said I can't beat can't beat good dressing and gravy. You're right. That Ghibli gravy have to have it. You must have it because that Ghibli gravy and that dressing, if it's done right, because all dressing is not good. Um, you can't eat everybody dressing. If you could take that dressing and throw it up against the wall, it's thick. It ain't good. Or if it can bust a window, it's not good. So I'm just saying. But if you had that right jet dressing with the right texture to it and the taste to it, and then you get that Ghibli gravy on it, man, yeah, that's some good dressing. My mom did tell me, she said, well, I'm a cook. Um, and we probably the only one here, but if somebody want to come by and get a plate, y'all more than welcome to come by and I sit it on the porch for you. So um, so I have options. So I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. Um, I'm sure my brother is probably gonna be smoking some turkeys and hams. Um, and if you are in the metroplex and need a turkey or ham, smoke a good turkey and ham done the right way. Um, you can actually send me a message, DM me, and I will hook you up with them and let you taste that that traditional. So um it's good when you're able to let things slow smoke and it's be tender and that smoke flavor all the way through it. So definitely if you're in the Dallas area and need a smoked turkey or ham, holler at me and I'll put you in contact with them and see if he have time to still do some more. Marcella said, I take my plate at the door." Yeah, it showed tempting. Don't get me wrong, because I'm like, man, because it ain't no cooking like mama cooking, and I'm like, okay, um, it definitely sound good and interesting. So I haven't decided what I'm gonna do just yet. I do love to cook. My wife and I would normally I have to think about what I'm gonna do and then I just go and do it. Um, I don't think I'm gonna be baking this year because I would normally make like a sweet potato pie or caramel pecan pie, and since I'm not eating sweets, I won't be doing that this year. So that's don't get me wrong. I like them, but um, I don't like them enough to eat them and throw me off track of what I'm trying to do. Um, so I definitely uh, want to take a look at that. But hey, And let me know what's on y'all menu. Radio said, I hear it's dangerous to put a frozen turkey in a deep fry. Yes, it is. It is. I don't deep fry turkeys. Now that infrared um, grill I talked about, it's actually oilless. There's no oil in it, and it's actually pretty good. What I've done in the past is it's done by propane, but what I've done in the past is, of course, you inject the turkey, inject it, and what I have done in the past is basically inject the turkey real good, and you sit it in there, and it don't take long to cook it. And welcome, SAL. Welcome to the show. You are listening to Speak On It with Who You With, Curtdog. Uh, Today is Ask Curtdog Anything. Uh, you will get an answer, so uh, so you could definitely ask away. So um, well, we're talking about turkey because that's the questions that someone asked is what I was doing for Thanksgiving. So, and because of that, um, we ended up doing a turkey talk. So that's why Wednesdays ask Kurt Dog anything. You will get an answer. So, but welcome to the show, Eva Donkey. Definitely like, share, tell your friends. Tell your friends we are live, and you can come and talk about whatever's on your mind. Ask me anything tonight, and it's you will get an answer, and we'll just keep rolling. So, um, but to answer your question, radio, that infrared deep fry is really good. It keep the turkey moist while you're doing it. It don't take long. It take the cooking time out because it cook it from inside out and it hold all the juices in there. And normally I would smoke turkeys myself, but if I don't have enough turkey to if I don't have enough turkeys to actually uh that is worth me pulling out Big Daddy, I don't smoke none. Because what I normally do when I smoke a turkey, I inject it real good, um, and I let it smoke all night in direct heat, where that turkey is so moist. After it, after it's cold, you could go in there and take a piece off that breast from the ice box, and that breast still be moist. So, um, so I um, definitely like that. So been a couple of years since I done turkeys for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Turkeys and hams. When I do hams, I'm talking about that real ham, that whole leg quarter. So welcome to the show, T Cal. Happy Wednesday to you. Can't believe it's already Thanksgiving. Yes, and what's funny is a lot of a lot of my neighbors, they bypassed Thanksgiving. They had a full Christmas decoration up. I was driving somewhere the other night, and it was like I thought I was going through a drive-through Christmas light scene because they had the big Santa Claus thing up in there and lights on. I'm like, man, so they just pretty much bypassed Thanksgiving, which I understand. You can't really bypass it, but it's still gonna come. But people have accepted that during Thanksgiving, it's a it's a wash because as the numbers continue to go up, we have to take that serious, which we'll talk about that in a little bit. SAL said, I burn my turkey 48 hours before roasting it in the oven on Thanksgiving, come out so juicy. Yeah, that a lot of people do that. I've done it in the past. Um, my brother, he was giving me some tips about doing that. I'm one of those type. I have um my own way of doing things. I love to inject the turkey, especially if I'm smoking it. Trust me, that thing gonna be so. I'm injected so good where it doesn't make a difference if the turkey is hot or cold. It's gonna be moist once you get ready to eat it, and I just love it. Hold that juice in. So I don't know. I don't know. I guess I need to get with my wife and see um, what she have taste for Thanksgiving, and um, I do dressing every once in a while. Now, I would do a seafood dressing. Um, Seafood dressings are pretty good. So I know Marcella probably know about the seafood dressing because he's in Louisiana. Now, I'm not from Louisiana. I'm a Texas boy, but that seafood dressing is very good. Um, SAL said sound my neighborhood too. Yeah, people have full Christmas lights up, but seafood dressing, I normally do it like you do a regular dressing, but I add seafood to it. Um, I have some sausage. May put a little bit of chicken in it and some shrimp. I don't really go with the uh I will do like crab meat. I will put crab meat in it, but the oysters, I don't do that. I love oysters, but I don't oyster and dressing just don't add up good to me. So um but I will do that. And what I have done in the past, instead of doing like sausage, I will put vegan meat in it, and you cannot tell the difference. So dressing is always a good thing. Yes, it is. And then I would do like a clam chowder gravy to go with it. Um, Clam chowder gravy, and it's good. The only bad part about it, if you're dealing with seafood, it can get very expensive. So for a pan of dressing, it could cost you about um, depends on what you're using. If you're using good quality stuff, it probably gonna cost you between $50 to $75 because of the seafood. So I love it. I do love it. My friends normally, when we was able to get together, they like, hey man, go and do some of that seafood dressing, and I would do it. But now I don't know. That'll be a little bit too much to do. But um, just my wife and I, and since we're not going to hang out or going nowhere, um, it's kind of hard to really cook that much dressing just for two people. So for the ones just tuning in, you are listening to Speak on It with Who You With Curtdog. On Wednesdays, we actually ask Curtdog anything, no matter what it is. You will get an answer. Um, so tonight, someone asked the question, "What are my plans for Thanksgiving?" So that's how we start talking about Thanksgiving. Just to remind the ones that just came on, Thanksgiving night, we will still be doing the show live. Um, we're going to be here for the people that are unable to be with their family. And we'll be here talking. And for the ones that um, we're gonna talk because we know everybody cannot cook. We know that. So we're gonna talk about who food you would eat, who food you wouldn't eat. Um, it's just some people, they think they are the best cookers in the world. Um, excuse me, but they just don't know. Uh, People might put it on their plate, but that first bite, that's when they push it to the side, and they push it to the side and they don't eat it. Um, so that's that's what we're gonna do Thanksgiving night. We're gonna talk. We're gonna have a fun time. We're gonna talk about um, um give shout outs to your loved ones because we understand with the pandemic that we're in, we're unable to do our regular things that we would like to do. Um, we would love to go to family house, friends house, and hang out and do our traditional Thanksgiving things. But unfortunately, due to the pandemic that we're in, we're just unable to do that this year. Um, I know some people gonna do it because some people don't think this virus is real, but it is. It is. Um, which in the U.S. we have gone over 250,000 deaths. Now, me personally, I don't know why anybody, um, I don't know why anybody would think after 250,000 lives are lost. I don't understand why anybody would think this is a fake news, a host, or anything like that. It just don't make sense. Eva Donkey said, "Truth bomb. I don't like turkey. I'm a ham man. I'm the same way. I'm a ham man too. But if I smoke a turkey, now let me explain this to you. Turkey have to be done right. If it's one of those dry turkeys, I can't get with that. But if it's moist, oh, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Matter of fact, the first time I smoked the turkey, I had to step back and flap the mess out myself. It was so good. I'm not tooting my own horn, but um, it was good. So, and I'm not a turkey man, but if I'm smoking one, I'm a uh, definitely eat it. And or if I'm somewhere where I know the turkey is good, like my brother, he does a great turkey. I would definitely eat it. Uh, Ham, yeah, if it's um, a real good ham, yes, I could definitely get with that. Um, Lately, I think last year, what did I cook? I think I did Cornish hens last year, and um, what I normally do with the Cornish hens, I would split them. Of course, I would have to do my own thing. I would marinate them for like a day or so, and of course, you know, Cornish hens so small, but I would marinate them, and um, then I would either grill them, bake them, or throw them in the air fryer. Either way, and and just sit back and chill. Um, so it just all depends. I growing up, um, I used to eat chitlins. I haven't ate chitlins in maybe 5 years or so. It's been a while since I eat chitlins, and I know some people finna frown talking about chitlins. Oh, that's not good. Depends on who cooking it. Um, it's good, but if you got that grass and that white foam floating on top, I wouldn't touch them. So you got to make sure those chitlins are clean good. And as a child, when my grandfather stayed with us, um, stayed with us, I guess I was about 15, 16 years old. And my mom would fry him some fried chitlins, which is really good. Um, and I was like, okay, um, you fry them up in some cornmeal and um, back then I'm like, shoot, I'm gonna make me a sandwich out of these chitlins. Um, and Eva asked, what are chitlins? Chitlins are the hog intestines. So um, that's what chitlins are. Um, but I would fry them. I would fry them and they're good. Put you some hot sauce on them, and they're real good. He asked if you're talking gizzards. I love gizzards too. Uh, Gizzards are great if once again if they done right. He tell me, oh, chillin', yeah. Like I said, everybody don't do chitlins. I I don't eat them anymore. Haven't ate them in about 5 years, or maybe longer than that. But I don't eat them. Um, they are good, but they have to be clean. Have to be clean, right? Because if I back then, if I came over there and you talking about, oh, I got some chitlins and it smell like um, it's about 6 baby pampers in the house. Um, I'm not finna eat those chitlins. And then you go look in the pot and you got all this white foam up at the top with grass floating around. You didn't clean them. Even if it's because now they say um, some chitlins come pre-clean. I don't trust that. Never did trust it. So no, I don't eat them anymore. But chitlins are good. Well, back then I would eat them, but I haven't ate them in years. But um, it's each his own. It's a lot of people still eat them. I just don't eat them. Um, I think last time I ate them, it had to been probably over 5 years, and I would I didn't even eat that many of them. I just took like one and tried it out, and I was good. But no, I don't eat them. Um, and I normally don't. I won't cook them either because it's a lot of work involved. You have to make sure they clean, and that's a long process. I remember as a child, we used to take shifts to clean those chitlins because you got to make sure they are clean. If not, you're gonna have that white foam and that grass floating up on top, and that's not good. Um, so shout out to the ones that still eat chitlins. I just don't eat them. Um, but that's what tonight is about. I ask Kurt Dog anything Wednesday. Um, oh man, um, what's your all-time favorite food? Man, see, I don't eat a lot of stuff I used to eat. Um, Back in the days, I would my favorite food was hot dogs, what chili dogs, um, pizza, and hamburger. That was the only time when I used to eat when I eat those food. But today, um, I still do chili dogs from time to time. Love the way I do my chili dogs because I said it before. What I normally do with my chili dogs, um, I would grill the the hot dog on the George Foreman grill, and I I like my hot dogs where I know they are ready. They get that grill mark, that little not burnt, but looking little crispy where you can taste that little crisp to them. And then once I do that, I take the chili that I already warmed up, um, put the hot dogs on a cookie sheet, and put them on a cookie sheet, and put the chili on there, put the cheese on there. Now, sometime I will grill my onions. Sometime I would just eat them raw, and I'll put the onions on there, and then I turn around and depends on how I'm feeling. I may do some cream cheese inside that bun before I put the hot dogs and the chili on there and the cheese, and then I slide it in the oven. And I would let that cheese melt. But once that cheese melt, I put it on broad just about a minute for it, you get that nice little toast to it. And you get the little toast to it, then you pull it out of the oven, and you have to use a fork to eat it. And I dress it up with some maybe some spicy mustard or something like that, or some radish, and it's good. And that's what I would eat today. Um, as for my all-time favorite, I man, today is really hard to say because I'm trying different things because I'm making a point to eat healthier. So today I do a lot of baked chicken or grilled chicken or air fried chicken, either way. Um, Occasionally, I'm not gonna lie, occasionally I do have taste for some good fried chicken. Or I may do since Popeyes that big commotion about their chicken sandwich, I would do my version of the chicken sandwich. And some of my friends who had it, they like, man, these are pretty good. And I'm like, hey, I'm just saying, don't go to Popeyes. I'm not knocking what Popeyes did. That's a good marketing scheme, but hey, they chicken sandwich is okay. But I think I can do pretty good myself. So I can I can put my chicken sandwich up to challenge Popeyes, and I would get a better response um, because my food is made with love. So Eva said his peanut butter pudding. Never had of it. Never, never had any peanut butter pudding. I can do normally if I'm gonna do something with peanut butter in it, gotta be like some uh, ice cream and some chocolate mixed in somewhere. But I'm sure that peanut butter pudding is pretty good. What is all in peanut butter pudding? That's interesting. Chaos said ribeye steak, baked potato, and garlic bread. See, that garlic bread, I can eat garlic all the time. I cook a lot with garlic. I don't use certain dish. I don't use salt at all. Um, just depends on what I'm cooking, but I love garlic. If it have garlic in it, I'm good. Like if I go to one of these pizza place where you can build your own pizza, and if they have garlic, I tell them, look, load it up with garlic. I love garlic. And they look at me like, garlic. Oh, yeah, I love it. Load it up. I tell them, put more on there. Um, ooh, SAS, what's your favorite dessert for Thanksgiving? Well, I'm gonna have to say my all-time favorite dessert is pecan pie. I love a good pecan pie. Um, Now I do love buttermilk pies too. they are running neck to neck. And what I would normally do, like I mentioned earlier, as for the pecan pie, I would actually do like a caramel pecan pie. And you can actually Google the recipe online and it'll come up, um, which is very good. Um, I would do that. And I made buttermilk pies before that was really good. Um, Buttermilk pies are good. Sweet potato pies are good. But if I had a choice, if it was between, man, pecan pies, I've always loved pecan pies from a child and still love them today. Um, but I would say between pecan pies, buttermilk pies, and a good sweet potato pie. Can't go wrong with neither one of those. So that's that's actually that's a man. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. Eva Donkey said I could dig it, Kurt. He's gonna be cooking you up tomorrow. No, because like I said, I have changed the way I eat. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Some days I do crave for uh, a good uh, pecan pie or buttermilk pie because it started off. I would go to the grocery store, go into the bakery department, and they had these buttermilk pies in there, or these pecan pies, and it's like they be calling my name. Now when I go by them, I look at them, I just keep going. Now, it have been a couple of times I may have picked one up. Then I'm like, hold on. You know, if you buy this pie, you're going to end up eating this pie. And eating one slice of that pie might put 5 pounds back on you. I'm like, nope. I put it down, keep on moving. Now, I've always been real picky about sweets. Certain food I can crave something, and when I crave it, I may cook it, I eat it, and I'm done. Or if I go somewhere, um, Eva mentioned gizzards earlier. Um, there are some good places around here where you can get some good fried gizzards. And if I go somewhere, say if I had a craving for some gizzards, I go there and get them, and they don't taste good. But now I'm chasing that craving. So I'm like, well, those wasn't good. Let me cook some at home if I can uh, fulfill that craving I have for them. So what I would do, I'll cook some gizzards at home or something um, and roll with it like that. But um, and as for desserts, sometime I would go to the store and I would buy these pies. Talking about last year sometime because I've really stopped eating a lot of sweets. Um, I would buy these pies and I would bring them home. I might eat one slice, then all of a sudden it's like my wife be trying to eat them, and I'll be like, "Why you eating all these sweets?" She'd be like, "Why you buying them all?" And I'm like, "Okay." So I don't buy them. I don't get them no more because I know if I don't eat them, she's gonna eat them, and we both trying to be around as long as we can. So that's why I've changed my diet and um, been working out more, which is really good because I do a very intense workout, um, and I could tell the difference even looking at the monitor now. I can tell the difference in my size. Some of my clothes are baggy on me. So I can tell the difference with me working out, a lot more energy, just feel better. And I do a very intense workout, and one of the biggest keys to it is drinking plenty of water. Plenty of water. I've drank today alone. Um, I have drank two big bottle of waters. I think they're 30, 32 ounces. No, they 40 ounces. I drank two of those, uh, four small bottles of water, which is 8 ounces apiece. Um, and I think I'm on my third cup of water at this today. So I've drank plenty of water. And that's the key of losing weight. Um, uh, hold on. I don't want to end it, but my mom is doing good. Hey, it's no cooking like mama cooking. Mama can throw down in the kitchen. Um, eh, I think because we grow up tasting mama cooking. Um, Now, if you have a mom like mine, my mom, when I lived in Mesquite and had a house out there, and I loved the way the kitchen was made. Had plenty of cabinet space, uh, had double oven, and my mom and I would go up in that kitchen if we was having a family get together. We would go in that kitchen. She have her side, I have my side, and we in there doing up some things. So um, that's a good thing. One of my cousin, he used to tell this story all the time. I guess I was about 6 or so, and he was from Arkansas. Him and his bless they soul, him and his wife, they both are gone now, but they came to visit us one time. I was the only one at the house. And because of the way I was raised, he would tell this story all the time. I was like, I yeah, I was fairly young. I had just got home and he was like, hey, I asked him if they wanted something to eat. He was like, yeah, we can eat. I went in there because I seen my mom doing it so much. I went in there, made a pot of spaghetti, served them spaghetti, and they was like, boy, where you learn how to cook like this? I'm like, hey, my mama. So I love cooking. My friends know when we get together, if we are doing something, I don't mind cooking at all. Sometimes a lot of time lately, they give me a break. So um, because it, a lot of other people in our crew also can cook. Um, Sean Martin, he's a beast on that grill. J Mo, a beast on the grill. Uh, Stormy Norman, another beast. He he, Stormy is kind of like an all America. Wherever you need the help, he's there for it, and then that's with all of them. So um, even D Banks, another beast. So we have a pretty good crew that we can always come together. Well, before pandemic, come together and have a nice cookout, and we just enjoy each other. Can't wait until we able to do that again, but unfortunately, look like it's no time soon. Um, SAL asks, how much weight you lost? I don't know. I haven't scaled yet, but I could tell you, I could tell the difference um, just by my clothes. Um, I have more energy, so if I had to guess, uh, I'm gonna say probably Man, I hate to say it's hard to say, to be honest, which is really hard to say. I don't want to assume nothing. Then I look at the scale because those scales be lying sometime, and I don't want to get on the scale and I'd be like, hold on now, that ain't what I felt. So I don't I don't want to put no numbers out there until I know for sure. But I can tell you one thing. I can tell you I feel a hell of a lot better. Um, um, with the weight I've lost. I can looking at the monitor, I could tell because my frame is smaller. Um, so I have lost a lot of weight. How much I don't know yet. I try not to get on the scale back and forth. Uh, Normally do it like once a month. Um, I could tell you my highest weight at one point. I was at uh, what was it, 338, and I know I'm much smaller than that. Um, which the last several months before I started this intense workout, um, I had lost, I think um, I got down to like 328. So I had lost 10 pounds. And then I started this intense workout. I've actually have lost a lot because what I do for workout, um, uh, I'm not gonna name the name of the place, but if they want to sponsor the show, I have no problem with naming them. But I do a very intense workout that is I work out in between 120 to 130-degree temperature. Doing either a bike or a elliptical, and I normally work out for about an hour in that type of heat. So just imagine being in that type of heat and drinking plenty of water during that time, before, during, and after. Matter of fact, um, see if I can pull it up. How many calories I burnt today? Um, because it's a very intense workout, and normally when I leave there, I normally do. I put a pullover on and zip it up, because your body is still burning calories after the workout. Um, Today, I have burned 4,228 calories from the workout, and I did. Welcome to the show, Spain. How you doing? Today is Ask Curtdog Anything. You on Periscope? You could definitely like, share, tell your friends, and pull up the hearts. Send the hearts in. Um, so I did 115 minutes of exercise today. Burnt 4,228 calories, and that came up to about 4.1 miles on the elliptical. So it's very intense with that heat. It helped detox your body, get all the toxic out your body. So I'm definitely feeling good. And if the place want to sponsor the show, reach out to me because we can definitely use sponsors. Um, so I'm definitely feeling good. When I put like this, I was wearing my size. I'm like, man, my size keep going up. Now, before my injury, um, I've lost a whole bunch of weight. I'm talking about I was like 2. I think I got down to like 260 at one point, and I was feeling real good. Um, I lost so much weight, I had to go and shop. I'm like, man, I didn't know losing weight could be so expensive. So, um, but I feel good today. Um, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So that's what I do. I try to work out at least 4 to 5 days a week. Um, and it's just a wonderful thing. You have to take care of your temple. You have to. Even if you are a small person, you have to take care of your temple. And as for me, I've never had blood pressure issues, so I'm good on that. Kind of like what Rico was saying the other day. He was 260 and type 2 diabetes, and I don't have diabetes, don't have issue with my blood pressure, but I always have had high cholesterol, and that's what I've been changing. That's what I'm focusing on. Because when I did my annual physical this year, um, my doctor said, "Hey, your cholesterol gone up quite a bit. I got to put you on medication." So I'm working to get off of them. When I go see her in 2 months, I'm hoping she say, "Hey, you don't need to take those pills no more." So that's what I'm working for, and I'm gonna continue to work on it even after I get off the pills. So, um, but I we have as we get older, we definitely have to take care of our body. Um, so that's a good thing. Uh, Radio said, "Get yourself a set of drums. That's a great and fun workout." Yeah, you have to be in shape to play the drums because the drums, you constantly moving and you got to be on beat. Unfortunately for me, if I'm playing the drums, it's going to take me a while to get on a good rhythm and on a good beat. So, um, but yeah, when you any, I think any artist have to be in shape. You have to be because first of all, you have these lights shining on you. These lights are hot. When I tell y'all, sometimes my glasses be fogging up. I have three lights on me, not including the ceiling, the regular light for this room, and they get hot from time to time. So I'm like, hold on now. So you have to be in pretty good shape when you in the music industry. Um, and my hat goes off to them. And I hope we get out of this pandemic soon because a lot of people in the entertainment industry they're suffering too because they are unable to go out and do shows. That's how they make their money, going out doing shows. Because now with technology today, we don't go out and buy CDs anymore. Yeah, you can still download them, pay a small fee. It's a smaller fee, but then by the time it get to the artist, it's not that much money. They're not making a whole bunch. So you definitely have to support our local artists, or your local artists, or artists that you like for instance, my boy Sean Martin just came out with a CD last Friday, 3-0. Check it out, it's banging. uh, it's a jazz CD, so definitely go check it out. You can find it on all your music platforms. Check it out, and you can actually order a hard copy of it. And it's some good music. It's some good music. You will enjoy it. Uh, Eva Donkey said, "Eat more Cheerios." Yeah, I do love Honey Nut Cheerios. So I have to get away from the honey though. Um, I do love those. and I'm a Frosty Flake man also. Uh, uh, so I'm a Frosty Flake man myself, but man, I have to get away from all that extra sugar. Honey Nut Cheerios is not that bad, and especially since we um, drink almond milk, so it's not as bad as drinking that whole milk. And I was looking today, um, the difference between whole milk and almond milk. Uh, that whole milk, you have about, if you like it, you may find it for maybe a date of maybe 2 weeks before that whole milk goes bad. And the almond milk that we have, it don't go bad until I think it's February the 23rd. And I bought it 2 weeks ago, and it's good until February 23rd. So first of all, you buy that almond milk, it's gonna save you money because you don't have to rush and try to drink it up before it expires within those 2 weeks. And for my wife and I, which is crazy because if we buy a half gallon, it's well, not a half gallon, yeah, a half gallon. If we buy a half gallon, it's just as much as a gallon. And we wasn't drinking a gallon of milk every 2 weeks. So we end up having to waste a lot of milk. And then with the whole milk, um, it's gonna mess your stomach up a little bit. So it's a difference in that. Um, with the almond milk, I could drink it with or without. Um, uh, if I'm drinking it by itself or if I'm drinking it with cereal, it's all good. Um, so that's, I got a damn gnat or something in here flying in here. Uh, but I do I do recommend trying almond milk. Find a flavor that's good for you, and it will change everything. It's completely different. In the long run, you're gonna save money because you have a longer lifespan for that milk, and so that's always good. Uh, Ewa, speaking of artists, did you listen to that song called WAP? I tried to. I couldn't. Um, I'm not a lot of rap artists today. Now there are some good songs out there. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of the songs today I cannot really relate to. It's kind of like uh, on the Charlie Brown, wah 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 wah. Don't understand what they talking about. And when in my era, um, as for rap music, I grew up with Sugar Hill Gang, Cool Mo D, Heavy D, and then LL Cool J. Um, I think one of the best songs he made. Now, this is my opinion. Is I'm bad. Uh, um, I used to go and say when he say uh, I'm LL Cool J. I'm used to say I'm Boo J. Use my nickname um, instead of saying Cool J. So I'm bad with LL Cool J was a great rap song. Then we started getting into reality, um, real life reality raps when NWA came on the scene. NWA, they spoke about what was going on in their neighborhood, and people did not understand that. And still today, what they was rapping about uh, is real life event that was going on in LA. But I think if it was, to me, it was reality. And yeah, the to some people the lyrics may be disrespectful, but because of um because of knowing the history and what they was going through, it was like, to me, that was good. That's why I say you have to put out good positive music. Yeah, some people may say that's not positive, but if you go back and look at Straight Outta Compton, the movie, that was the reality. That was actually stuff that actually happened. And because of that, people can understand that because you never lived that in that type of environment where you was judged by the color of your skin. And a lot of people protest. I remember at one point they would go and buy their CDs, run over them with a steamroller or set them on fire, and then that and Straight Out of Compton Music said, "Let them do it. Let them do it. They paid for them. Why not? We getting paid. They paid for it. I don't care if they burn it." So I'm like, hey, I I that's the type of rap I like. Normally, if I a lot of time I listen to gospel a lot. Um, because it's one thing about gospel. Um, I heard Pastor Marcus D. King over at DC3. Um, heard him preach one time, and he said the way that you wake up in the morning, what you listen to first, can set the tone of your day. If you getting up listening to hardcore rap, well, you setting your mindset. Your mindset is going to be on that hardcore rap. But if you take your time and listen to um, some positive things, what if it's gospel, smooth jazz, that's where your mindset is going to be. So it the music plays a big part of it. I think with a lot of these crimes that are going on, I feel like with some of these crimes, it's because of the music that people are listening to and kind of make them feel like they could do the same things they hearing off in these songs. See, back in the 60s and 70s, our songs was um about trying to survive. They had message in the music. But now these songs today, it's about shoot 'em up, kill 'em. And I'm like, why? We need to change that mind thought. We need to change that and get it to the point where we could put out some great positive music. Don't go with the crowd that feel like it's easy to make money singing or rapping about this, that, or whatever. Go with what you feel that that is positive to you. All this drugs and shooting up, killing people, that's not it. Yeah, I know the record labels are saying this is what we want. But just like when we tell the professional players to take a stand on the police brutality in America, you could take a stand on the music that you put out. Because if all of you agree, hey, I'm not going to put out this type of music, I'm going to change my music to positive. Then what happened is People, the record labels, they don't have a choice but to change it. They won't have a choice but to change it. And you still will get money because people would listen to you. But we have to change our mindset on that. That's my opinion. I'm not in the music industry, but that's what I feel that we need to do. Change the way that we put out music. I think if we change that, it will eliminate a lot of these senseless killings that is going on. Um, right now in Dallas, we having a lot of senseless killings going on. I think over the weekend there was 7 people that was killed. Um, then I think last night we had 3 people randomly shot last night in Dallas. Um, I don't know for sure, but when I was listening to the news today, they talked about this one particular black vehicle, which they later found, where they were just rolling up on people. One guy was homeless on the corner panhandling. He was out there panhandling, and this black vehicle rolled up. They shot him 9 times, and just drove off like it was nothing. Another brother that was at a light, they pulled up on the side of him, and when the light got ready to change, they shot him. So those senseless killing. Now, I'm not gonna go to the point and say, um, no, I'm gonna say it because I'm gonna be truthful with you. When we hear about the threats of the Prime Boys and all these organizations that say, if Trump lose, we're gonna do this, do that. But when I'm listening to these stories, and you have this one particular black vehicle that is going around randomly shooting people, and most of these shootings took place in the southern part of Dallas. So when you hear stuff like that, is it possible where they could possibly be involved with it, and they making it seem like it's just another um, crime that happened in the black community to make the black community look bad? So my thing is, while you out here, be careful. Pay attention to your surrounding. If something don't look right, leave. Leave. Get out of it. I don't know if they involved with it, but listening to the story, it really sounds fishy. That's all I'm saying. And we have to protect ourselves. I say it all the time. If you are in the DFW Metroplex and you are in need of getting your LTC, reach out to me. I know people that can provide great training for you and get you trained. So definitely protect yourself, but do it the right way. Um, I know that wasn't part of it, but I had to get that off my chest. So, uh, where I'll stop it. um, I don't know if it's a disgrace to America because basically that's their freedom of speech. They can say what they want to say, but the record labels need to change that. Said you drink a gallon every 2 days. Yeah, I don't want to be around you when you go to the bathroom. Uh, the American truth. Most rap music nowadays is a bad influence for people, especially kids that listen to it. Yes, because they make it seem like that's a reality, but a lot of these artists do not do those type of things. Um, it's a lifestyle. So, uh, yes, a lot of it is also quite disgusting. Uh, I've been getting into a lot of Christian rock. Like, there are some good Christian rock out there. My go-to music, I'm old school. Um, I love to listen to Kurt Franklin, um, John P. Key, Hezekiah Walker, um, Lee Williams. Lee Williams. I had the opportunity of meeting him several times, and that brother, um, I don't know what his status is now, but I know at one point he was uh, struggling quite a bit. He had to stop touring due to his health, but this brother, every time I met him, he would talk to me just like we're talking tonight. He drove trucks. He would tell me because the first time I met him, I was like, um, and I'm gonna tell this story. Um, like I told y'all, I used to be a part of on a mission of VIP ministry, which is for the homeless community. So I was part of there, and I had the opportunity of meeting a young lady that was more like a aunt to me. And I say that because she had her struggles, whatever it was, but you knew her spirit. And when we would pick them up, I always played gospel. And she loved some Lee Williams. So one time I said, you know what? I heard Lee Williams was coming. He came. I surprised her with tickets. And me and her, we went to that show. She enjoyed herself. She ran around that church, um, just giving God the praise. And she, um, I had the opportunity of meeting Lee Williams. Now, take it, his people was out there charging people to take pictures. But as I talked to Lee Williams, he was like, "What you do for a living?" I said, "I drive trucks." He said, "Man, I've been driving trucks for so long. I still have my CDL because you never know if this music thing not gonna work out. I continue to keep my CDL in case I have to get back on the truck." And after we talk, I said, "Mr. William, can I get a picture with you?" He was like, "Sure." His folks wanted me to pay for the picture. He said, "No, come on, let's take a picture." We took a picture. I got the picture blowed up, and that's one of the coolest brothers. If you never listen to Lee William in the spiritual QCs, check his music out. I'm telling you, that's a bad brother right there. Um, and he was one of those type. He's standing there singing. He didn't hardly move, but a couple of concerts I went to kind of got excited to him, where he kind of shouted a little bit, but his motto was stand there and just sing. And that voice, I was like, man, that's what I've been to many of concerts in my life. But whenever I heard Lee Williams was coming, I had to go see him if I could. Um, Mighty Clouds of Joy is another old school band. I grew up on Pastor Shirley Caesar and James Cleveland. They gospel every Saturday morning cleaning the house. That's what my mom put on for us. So that's why gospel is embedded in my heart. Um, when I'm driving around, you get in my vehicle, most likely it's probably going to be gospel playing. So, um, but every once in a while, I got to go back and listen to some old school rap. So that's for me. It may not be for everybody, but check out Lee William and the Spiritual QCs. I'm telling you, it will bless you. When when I first heard about him, he came out with a song that said, "Can't run, can't hide." Can't run, can't hide. Man, boy, y'all finna do some things tonight. Uh, 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 I don't know on that one even. Thank you, American Truth, for giving the hearts on Periscope. Definitely, if you're on Periscope, definitely give me the hearts. We're about to do some big things in 2021. Uh, Regardless if we're in a pandemic or not, as long as I'm able to come on this platform and do some positive things, that's what I'm gonna do. So uh, I'm definitely 2021 is gonna be a great year. Um, every year is great for me, regardless of how it may be financially. If I'm alive and well, it's a great year. If I can walk on the dirt and the dirt not walking on me, I'm good. So definitely do it. American Truth said, I love your views and I think you're awesome. I appreciate it. Even don't, oh, even Donkey said, Curtis a pretty cool cat. I appreciate it, even. That mean a lot coming from you. Griffos. What up? Remember that old commercial? What's up? Welcome to the show. First time seeing you on. Definitely like, share, click the notification for whenever we come on. You can be a part of the show. Yes, I do have a YouTube channel. It's Speak on It with Who You With Curtdog. And you can like, share, click the notification. That's where Eva Donkey, T Cal, um, Radio Chaos, Marcella Smith, they're all on YouTube. So it's definitely, you could go there and like, share, and tell your friends about us. We are very open. We only going to put out accurate news. We don't do fake news. We don't do conspiracy. So that's what we're all about. If it's true, we're going to share it. If it's not, or if we cannot verify it, we won't share it. And that's that's the way this platform is made. And we also give the people the opportunity to speak on whatever is on your mind. I don't know if you caught the show last night, but we had Miss Kincaid here. Um, she's a licensed professional counselor right here in the Dallas Metroplex. And um, I think we ended up doing 2.5 hours last night, which that was not planned. We try to stick to a time limit, but because the questions that was coming in, one thing we try not to do, that we won't do, not that we won't try not to, we would not end the show, especially dealing with mental health. And people still have questions that they need answered. So with that being said, that's the agreement that we talk about. We may have a time frame we want to stay in, but it's a lot of people struggling right now due to the pandemic, due to people losing their jobs, losing their homes, losing family members. Divorce rates are going up, uh, abuse is going up, um, grief, whatever it may be. And last night she was like, "Hey, I think if we probably would end up staying on there until about midnight last night, but I have to be mindful for a time because we come on at 8 o'clock Sunday through Thursday. We come on at 8 p.m. Central Time. Um, and I have to be mindful that she's doing a favor for me. She's volunteering her time to come on the show to provide help for people. And she do this, and I'm like, hey, she had worked all day. I think at one point she told me she was coming in like 8 in the morning, start doing her counseling because of her schedule. And her, like, matter of fact, we came on at 8. She had just made it home right before we came on. So after being at work all day counseling people, then she came on here and spent 2.5 hours last night with us on the show. So I appreciate Miss Kincaid. Um, if you are in the Metroplex or in Texas, anywhere in Texas, and need a good counselor, reach out to me and I will share her information with you. Um, I tell people all the time, yes, I take counseling, not through Miss Kincaid, but I do take counseling once a week, and it's a wonderful thing. And the way that the counseling work, you have to be honest. You have to be. Um, you cannot go in there and say, "Oh, I'm gonna lie to this person about that or whatever." It's not gonna work. You have to be honest with yourself and with them in order to get the proper help that you need, the proper advice that you need. And I don't know what that is, but you have to be honest with them. And I've been taking it since 2018. Um, from because in 2017 I almost died. So and because of that, when I heard my wife tell our friends, she was apologizing to our friends because of my response. I came in and I was like, I didn't whatever I said, I just cut it loose. And um so when I heard my wife apologizing to them and letting them know, y'all have to forgive my husband. Um, since he got out the hospital, he basically um, say first thing come to his mind. And I was like, you know what? That's enough. I have to take counseling. Um, so I started taking it in 2018. Take it once a week. It's a wonderful thing. So definitely, I would recommend anybody that is struggling with something, get some counseling. A lot of time you could get it free. If you are working, go to your HR department, ask them about the EAP, Employee Assistant Program, and they will pay for you to take counseling for free. Occasionally, Miss Kincaid mentioned last night, occasionally, if you're not working or self-employed and you have insurance, uh, sometimes depends on your insurance, you may pay a $10 deductible. So definitely take advantage of it. But if you are working, EAP is good. Um, uh, so that's always a good thing. But along with counseling, if you have EAP, Employee Assistance Program, you can. It don't only cover you. If you're married, it covers your spouse. If you have kids, it also cover them too. So that's always a wonderful thing. Um, so definitely check it out. Um, see where I stop. Uh, Eva said me. Nah, I don't know what he meant about that. I don't got the face and voice for it. It would be listening to AOC. Not sure what you mean about that. T Cal said Lee William warms my soul. I'm telling you, when I work out in the morning, I normally go to Pandora, Kurt Franklin Praise, or Lee William Praise. Well, Kurt Franklin Praise is on that same series, which I also listen to that. But when I'm at working out, a lot of time I have some good gospel, and people probably think I'm crazy in there because while I'm working out, and I know I can't sing all that good. I can sing to me, but the Lord don't care how you sound when you sing in praises to Him. So people they pass by and they looking. I don't care. I don't care. I'm getting my workout on and my praise on at the same time. Um, so Lee Williams is good. There's a lot of good artists out there. I know I cannot name them all, but the ones I did name, those are some of the ones I listen to the most. Um, but my go-to is either Lee Williams or Kurt Franklin. Love Kurt Franklin because he is local, so I definitely love him. American Truth gave some super hearts. I appreciate him. Definitely appreciate him. Uh, uh, okay, Evil. Apache, welcome to the show. He's on Periscope. He said, FYI, two Democrat senators from Minnesota going independent and voting along with the Republican. I hope you're not talking about this past election because that past election is over. So, and Eva Donkey agree with you. Heck yeah, Apache, that's good news. Well, it won't help this past election because that past election is history and it's in the books. And come January 20th, we will be making a change in that particular one. I know we had some topics tonight. I'm gonna just hit on two of them tonight. Um, I'm gonna breeze through them. Lil Wayne, if you remember, I think it was last year, he was stopped in Florida getting off his plane and found the weapon. And basically, with him, he's a felon and not supposed to have a weapon with him. So he's facing up to 10 years in prison. They just filed the document Tuesday where he was indicted. So if he's convicted, he could face up to 10 years in prison. A lot of people ask the question, is that the reason why he met with Trump and want to do a prison reform? So I'm gonna leave that alone. Uh, we'll talk about. I don't know. I'm gonna see what if Miss Risky want to hit on that a little bit tomorrow. But also, Trump continued to clean the swamp, which is very scary. He's making all these changes his last days in office, and it's a threat to us. Um, he fired the director of Homeland Security of the cybersecurity agent because he did not agree because he basically said that the election was not fake and Trump fired him, which is a threat to all of us. Cybersecurity, you're gonna fire them because they don't agree with you. If you notice with Trump history, anybody who don't agree with him, he get rid of them. So definitely pull that story up. And then as for the COVID, like I said, COVID is still real. The numbers continue to go up. Um, Here in Texas, we have 1.12 million cases. Um, Now, we had 10,859 cases today in Texas. Um, in the United States, we have 11.6 million total cases and 160,000 today. Over 250,000 deaths and 1583 total for the US today. Now, I'm like this. If your elected officials locally are not for you and your family not doing the things that they should be doing, like for instance, here in Texas, we have Greg Abbott. Now, back in I think it was back in the summertime when the numbers was up this high, um Abbott closed bars, urged Texas to avoid large gatherings. But now he said he ain't closing nothing. He gonna leave everything open. See, Greg Abbott followed everything Trump say. and I'm gonna break it down to you real quick. Um, like for instance, in Tarrant County, which is the neighboring county of Dallas County. Um, in Tarrant County, the county commission there, he followed everything that Trump say and Greg Abbott say. Well, he recently came out yesterday. Now, take it a couple of weeks ago, last month actually, they started to open bars up in Fort Worth. Now, Dallas County uh, County Commissioner uh, Judge Clay Jenkins, he said he's not going to open the bars up. It's a high risk. It would be crazy to open them up. But Tarrant County said, no, we're going to open it up. And I think at that time, the hospital was already almost to capacity when he decided to open the bars up. But now he's singing a different tune. He actually saying that um, he been reaching out to Governor Greg Abbott office, which before he was able to get in contact with him whenever he called, when he was agreeing with Governor Abbott. But the county commission in Tarrant County, he's like, I'll call him. I'm waiting for him to call me back, but I'm hearing crickets. He said, I'm hearing crickets. So with him saying I'm hearing crickets, basically Greg Abbott telling him to kiss his tail in so many words. And he's not going to respond to him because he's going against what Greg Abbott wants and what Trump wants. So with that being said, when Greg Abbott election come up again, I say it all the time, he got to go. He got to go. Dan Patrick, the one who offered $1 million to prove fraud in the election, he got to go. And that gangster, Ken Patson, who were brought up on fraud charges 5 years ago and got reelected. Now the FBI is investigating him now for abusing his power because he's trying to hook his homeboy up. Now, a lot of his staff members have actually signed the letter to the FBI asking them to investigate this and gave them evidence. So they're going against him. A lot of them have gone on, either been terminated or they're suspended from his office because he wanted to throw his weight around and help his buddy out. So he got to go. And we already know about Radio Chaos homeboy, Ted Cruz. He have to go too. He have to. Because Ted Cruz, he's not good at all. He don't want to wear a mask. He follow everything Trump do. And he got to go too. So Texas and all across the world, whenever election time come up, not just the presidential election, but also your local election, get out and vote. Show up like we did the past couple of weeks at the beginning of the month for the presidential election. Show up, show out, let your voice be heard. This is how we can make our voices heard, by going to the polls and making sure our elected officials know we're not going to stand for it. We're not going to stand for it. Either they're going to be for everybody or they going to have to go. And that's all to it. I don't care what party you are part of. If you're not looking out for everybody, every community, and not picking and choosing like Greg Abbott did when he did the shutdown last time, he changed his executive order to benefit one person. One person changed this executive order because somebody went against it that didn't look like me, and he didn't care. When the two ladies that was down in Laredo went against this order, they went to jail. The woman here had a choice. She could have apologized to avoid a 5-day sentence. Instead, she refused to apologize. Sentenced to 5 days in jail. And that prompted him to change his executive order. Why? Because she was a white woman. He needed to get his ass out of office. That's all to it. Then in Georgia, don't forget Georgia, you have a runoff coming up in January. Y'all need to show up. Show up like you did in November. Show up. Make sure you vote. If you was unable to vote in this presidential election, go ahead and get registered now to make sure your voice can be heard during the local election. Get registered now, for you don't have to worry about if I'm able to vote or not. Get registered to vote. Let your voice be heard at the polls, because these folks tell you your votes don't count, but they do count. If it didn't count, we wouldn't be hearing about fake election frauds. We wouldn't be concerned about that. We wouldn't be concerned about people trying to do voter suppression, keeping folks from voting. We wouldn't have those issues. We wouldn't have issues with people trying to show up to the polls to intimidate people today in 2020. If your vote didn't count, none of that would happen. So definitely get out and vote. Get registered to vote, for when your local elections come up, you can vote. Go vote. Don't wait until the election come around to try to register to vote. Do it early. Radio said the Republican Party has turned into a cult. I've never seen anything like that. Yes, that's another thing. If you paid attention to the ads during the election, they didn't say they was trying to be reelected. They didn't even mention Republican Party. I think come the next elections that come up, as for a presidential election, a lot of them probably going to go independent, basically to separate themselves from the Republican Party because of the aftermath of what Trump have done. No, I haven't. Yeah, kind of agree with it. Chaos said Republican has moved past the point of simple corruption in politics and are moving into exactly. You're right. They are. They are. They don't care. None of them care. They only care about themselves. That's why we need to hold them accountable and make sure they are doing the things that we, the people, need. Whoever, you got to realize a lot of people have actually, since March, a lot of people haven't had income to come in since March. But at the same time, you have these lawmakers up in Washington fighting to decide if they're going to help the people or how they're going to help the people instead of just helping the people. Going back and forth since March. And let the truth be told, it may be March again before another stimulus package come out. Maybe longer than that. Now, how can people survive on $1,200 a year when if you are renting an apartment, you're probably paying $800 to $1,000 for a 1 bedroom. Depends on where you living. Now that don't include your electricity, and some apartment complexes charge for water too. And then if you get uh, renter insurance, that's could be another $20 or $30 a month. Now take it, you got 1,200 for the year. Then you turn around. If you have a car, you got to put gas in that car. You got to put gas in that car, maintenance, and everything else. So it's really hard to be able to survive if you lost your job, lost your business. And these folks are not looking out, but then they giving all these big bailouts to their homeboys. There's no way a private owned jet company should get more money than anybody in a bailout. And kind of find out he was a supporter of Trump. You do the math. Follow the money. Follow the money, and you will see how they really feel about you. Um, uh, Eva Donkey said, chaos, not all Republicans are bad people, just as not all Democrats are bad people. See, the bad people are both parties are working together to get you to choose a side and hate the other. It is working. Yeah. I'm like this. I tell people all the time when they came to me like 2 months before the election, oh, you should vote independent. Here's a independent lady that's running, a sister that is running. I'm like, look, I don't vote for just because they are black, because everybody that is black may not be on the same level as me. They may not have the same desire what I want for myself and my family and my community. So I don't vote just because of their skin color. That's racist. I don't do that. I want to know what are their principles? What are they about? So 2 months before the election, trying to get me to vote independent. No. Like I said before, I told them then, I said, look, you talking about an independent? Well, independent need to be trying to get their name out there now. At the time, I told them wait until after the election. The election is over. So now you need to start trying to make contact with people, letting people know who you are. Because now, here it is where social media, you could do that anyway now. So definitely get out and get it, make yourself known. Start letting people know who you are and what your plans are. And I don't recommend anybody just to vote for just one party. No, no, you vote for who you feel that is best for you in your home. Um, yes, I feel the same way. Radio, it's the GOP party. Yeah, they are. Uh, uh, you can email it to me. I'll take a look at it and take a look at it. This damn net, I don't know where the hell this damn thing came from. Um, Uh, you can email it to me, Chaos. I'll take a look at it. But if it's not, if it's not one of those things that I can see from the beginning, it's pretty good, or not a conspiracy theory, I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. If it's a conspiracy theory, I'm not gonna waste time with it. But you can email it to me, and I will take a look at it, and I will give you that. I will make that promise to you. I will take a look at it and see where it go. Um, you know, even I, I actually think you're a pretty cool guy. To be honest with you, I really do. I really do. I know we have different views on things, and only thing I try to get people to understand on this show, you cannot believe everything you hear and see on YouTube. You have to be able to verify it. That's all I ask people to do. That's just like for myself. I spend a lot of time researching stories. A lot of time. It's some stories I don't touch on because if I see it on one outlet and it's a unknown outlet, I don't touch on it. If I don't see no one talking about it or doing anything, I don't touch on it. I'm all about um, putting out positive, good information for the people, and that's all to it. I don't want to uh, be labeled as a conspiracy theory, as fake news, or anything like that. I'm not a fake person, so I cannot put out fake information. I'm all about the truth. And what's crazy, even people I know personally, um, some associate, because I don't call them friends, some associate. Now, that associate could be people that's not related to me and people that are related to me. They tell me I'm too real. I'm too honest. I don't know how a person can be too honest if you're speaking the truth. I don't believe in making up story. I'm open book, to be honest with you. Um, if you know me personally, yeah, I'll sometimes I may feel like I share too much of myself. But I'm an open book. It's no doubt about me. The people that I kick it with, one thing they can tell you, Curtis gonna be straight up honest with you. He's gonna tell you how you feel. He's gonna be honest with you, and that's all to it. It's no guessing about Curtis. People ask me if I would ever run for politics. I'm like, they're not ready for me. I'm too honest, and if I ran, it's nothing they can really say bad about me because I would let you know. I would let you know anything about me. So yeah, oh, excuse me. But we have about 5 more minutes left in the show, so definitely uh send your comments in. And another thing about Tarrant County, the COVID, um, for months now, um, Mayor Betsy Price, I believe is her name, the mayor of Fort Worth, her she been put in quarantine a couple of times since March. Uh, her test always came back negative, but she been exposed to it. Well, it came out today that her and her husband actually have the coronavirus and they're in quarantine again. So praying for them. Hopefully everything work out. But We have to do better. We have to take this serious. We have to realize that it's up to us to get this under control. We cannot depend on a vaccine. Welcome to the show, Nisha Love, watching on Facebook. We cannot depend on our elected officials to solve this issue. Yeah, they talking about a vaccine and all of this. Yeah, that may or may not help. We don't know because we don't know enough about this thing. But one thing we do know, one thing we can do, we can take the precautions and try to control it ourselves. How can we control it? First of all, wear a mask. And I'm gonna just put it out here. A lot of these people that's complaining about wearing a mask, some of your ancestors, and maybe even some of y'all, used to wear a mask all the time. But now that they telling you you have to wear a mask, you don't want to. So that's uh wear a mask is one. Making sure you washing your hands on a regular base. Um and stay away from large crowds because the thing is, this virus is airborne. We don't know how long it lasts in the air. We don't know how far it can travel. We don't know anything about it. And just like um, I've had my say about Jerry Jones and the way he do things, but he's a genius in marketing. Yes, he is. Everybody else is talking about not allowing fans into the stand. Jerry Jones said that last game they played, they had 31,000 fans in the stand. And he said he would like to have more. Now, the stream did not freeze. Um, he said he would like to have more fans in the stands. Now, take it, you had 31,000 in the fan. Looking at the news clips, a lot of them did not have a mask on. Some of the players have gotten the virus, and you're saying you want to have more. What sense do that make? Because you sitting up in that booth that is enclosed and you're not around them. Maybe if you come out that booth and sit down there with the fans that you want in the stadium, sit down there with them and let me know how that work out. But instead, you up in that booth, you making money. People, we got to wake up. These folks don't care about you. It's all about the money. That's all it's about. He want to add more fans. Why we're still, our numbers are continue to increase. That's why I don't support the Cowboys. Yeah, I grew up a diehard Cowboy fan. I don't support him because of their leader. That's my choice. He want to add more people to the stand while our numbers are continue to increase. It don't make sense. But hey, that's that's my opinion. Um where did I stop at? I'm gonna hit the last few comments and then I'm gonna get up out of here. Uh okay, see, I'm glad you mentioned that. That's fine. I was really originally told about the plan in knots by my drill sergeant. He was a very good dude. Okay. Chaos said I had someone to try to convince me that Reagan was involved in the Manson murder conspiracy theory. I like the guy as part as a person, but I'm not buying it just because he said it. Exactly. You have to do your research on things. You have to. Um, yeah, some people they try to convince you to do things. Um, Before we get up out of here, want to remind everyone that you can um, still buy merchandise on Facebook and on Instagram on the page. We have the Speak On It with Who You With Curtdog t-shirts, and we also have other merch out there. Um, so definitely check out the page and go to it, um, and definitely see what buy some. Christmas coming up, and right now you could get a 10% off on it. You could get 10% off on it right now. If you spend over $50, it's free shipping. So definitely check it out and see. Christmas is coming up. You can order now and get it before Christmas. If you have a little Kurt dog, a little dog or something, we also have merch for the doggies too. So you can definitely do it. You can also get your Speak On It with Who You With Kurt Dog coffee mugs, which are really nice. Could throw your email up quick. I'm ready to. Um, yeah, you could definitely get you a coffee mug, and if you're also uh, one of the ones that are like to throw a blanket across you and watch movies, well, guess what? We got some throw blankets too, so you could definitely um, look into those also. So definitely go to the Facebook page or Instagram. Speak On It with Who You With Kurt. Though, no matter what platform you're listening on, if you um, like the page, friend the page, or subscribe to the channel on YouTube. I will subscribe back. Long as your page is not private, it will allow me to follow you back. And for you to be a part of the show. This is a show for the people. We are open. Um, we give people the opportunity to express themselves. And I'm okay with that. As long as you are putting out accurate information, we could do that. Tomorrow night, Thursday night, um, Miss Risky will be in the house. So we will be working on some things. And don't forget, Thanksgiving night, you don't have to be alone. I got it, Eva. You don't have to be alone. You can join us Thanksgiving night. Who knows? I might have my Thanksgiving meal on the show. Show you what I got. So what I decide to cook. But definitely join us tomorrow night with Miss Risky. We are here Sunday through Thursday, uh, 8 p.m. Central Time. And you can always chat live with us during the show. If you see me online, you can always send me a message. I love to talk to people, long as we have a good vibe, good chemistry. And I do respond back to comments that come in. Long as they are good vibes, I will respond back. So definitely continue to follow us. We have some great things coming up on the show in the future. Um, so on until tomorrow, um, I pray and hope that whoever is listening to the show, to the sound of my voice, I hope that it touch your life in a way that I've never touched it before. Pray that you get something out of this. We help each other. And please, anyone that have a hateful heart, I hope it change your heart where we can get along and make this country a better country. So until tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Time, I love each and every one of you. Until then.